Hi there. I wanted to go through a few different rolling exercises you can do to kind of give yourself a little massage, get your body moving for the day. Um, I have all of these different rollers. This contoured roller you can do most of this stuff on, feels really good. Harder foam or softer foam. I'm just going to use the softest one because it is the easiest for you to see against my clothing. But you use what you have, and variety is good. So if you have more than one roller, use that. So start by bringing your hands against your back of your head and just roll your upper back. You can bring the tips of the elbows in towards each other so that you feel a little more width between the back of the shoulder blades, and it kind of opens up and exposes more muscle for you to roll against. And then set your hips back down, open your elbows up, and let yourself extend over the roller. Let your head hang back. If you want to reach one arm out overhead, you can, or the other, or both, but it shouldn't strain your neck. So if your head hits the ground, that's great. Usually that's pretty comfortable. Of course, you can do these slower, take more time with it, but flex your upper body up, and we're going to bring the roller underneath the pelvis. So you're sitting on the roller. So tip your knees to one side and just roll across like the back pocket of your jeans, your glutes. And if you can take and let your knees tip a little bit one way, then back up to the ceiling and across. So I'm still focusing on this front hip, but I'm kind of going in a circular pathway across. Yeah. And then cross that top leg over, the front leg over, tip towards that side. And again, roll across the back of the glute area. I think it's easier if you take that back hand and put it across the knee to kind of hold yourself there. You can make this in that kind of circular pathway, then go for that. Circles are always best. And then set that foot down, switch to the other side. So you tip your knees away from me, roll up and down the back pockets of your jeans, and then stirring the legs around. So you're kind of going knees towards the ceiling, knees more forward, knees towards the ceiling, knees more forward, because it's lifting your pelvis off of the roller and creating a little bit more three-dimensional circular movement. And then you're going to cross the bottom leg over the top and tip and roll across that bottom glute. You can circle while you do that. That'd be awesome. But if it just needs to be linear today, that's fine too. Anything is better than nothing here with rolling. And then you can set yourself back down on the floor. Right, here's the top of my pelvis. I'm going to be between the top of my pelvis and the greater trochanter, the side of my pelvis, the side of my leg, hip. And I'm going to go into that squishy bit, and I'm just going to tip a little forward and a little back. You can do whatever you want with your hands, your legs. If you need to bend your knees, that's fine. Just kind of tipping your pelvis forward and back. And then set your hips back down on the floor. Lay over the roller with the side of your ribs against it and rock a little forward and back. And then you can move up a little bit higher to the next rib and rock a little forward and back. And move a little higher towards your armpit. Rock. You can, the further it gets up into your armpit, the further you can roll forward onto your pec. Support your head with your bottom hand. And then sit all the way back up. Switch over to the other side. So the fleshy part of the side of your pelvis. So you're not really rolling directly on the bone. Rock a little forward and back. You can have the legs bent, they can be straight, however it feels good to you. And then sit down on the floor, move the roller up, find kind of the side of the rib cage, hand under the head to support, rock a little one way and the other. And then you can slowly make your way up your ribs, just moving the roller a little further as you tip forward and back. And if you find any good spots that you need to focus on longer, of course you can. And getting in the armpit area, rolling onto your pecs. Good. And then you can sit back up. Last couple of things here. You can be on your hands or on your forearms. Bring your thighs, the center of your thighs onto the roller. And just roll a little forward and back. If this feels not very intense, you could cross one leg over the other and focus just on the one leg at a time. But I think for most people, it's kind of intense. You can turn your toes and knees in, toes and knees out, just so you get through some of the different areas of your quads. And then sit back and bring the roller behind the back of the knees. Try to hold it there while you sit down onto it. And then just make your body go in a little bit of a circle. So you're just kind of moving through more and less intensity. And reverse your torso, circling around. And you can find one more spot to kind of sit into on the calves. Take a few breaths there. And then come off the roller. And when you stand up, it should feel like everything is a little bit more mobile, a little looser. So these are kind of my favorite beginning roller exercises that are simple and that I think you can do in a few minutes every day. Enjoy.